Okay, Noor, I feel like we've already done icebreakers because of our conversation already, but we're gonna do an icebreaker anyway, because that's what I prepared, all right? So we're gonna do a quick game of Never Have I Ever, all right? We're gonna start off nice and easy, and then we'll see how it goes. Only 4, so it should be quite simple. Okay. First one, never have I ever lied about liking someone's food.
Oh, I've definitely done that.
Definitely done that, yeah?
Sorry, I have, yeah, I have.
Tell me when, I need to know.
It's just that, like, usually, especially when you're like a chef and a cook, some people sometimes want to cook for you, and you're too polite to say no. This is where my English side comes out, you know, and I'm like, lovely.
Amazing, brilliant.
And yeah, I'll eat it anyway. I'm like, yeah, I'll finish my freaking plate rather than be like, I'm full.
But you've had to lie. Oh, I guess because people value your opinion. You're a chef, you know.
Yeah,
and they want to please Noor Murad. You know, they want to be able to tell their friends, look, she liked my food. Well, you've had to lie about it.
Yeah, and all eyes are on you, like watching you eat as well. So you're just like, you have to. And I don't have a very good poker face, like. So it's a struggle for me.
Well, it's good. We're on Islam channel, so we don't want any poker faces here. We don't do any poker. All right, last 2. Never have I ever made a disgusting meal and served it anyway, or a bad meal and served it anyway.
Bad meal and served it anyway. I don't think so. I think actually I'm quite guilty of so when working in the test kitchen, I used to work at Ottolenghi test kitchen for many years, and like I've had some bad experiments. And like it is so there was like a corner of shame, but we used to put all the plates of things that like we didn't like, and we just like when nobody's looking, just kind of discard it or just like put it in a box. Be like, no, it's fine. I need to do it again. But yeah, it's almost like you're forced to serve it to your colleagues because they're like, no, like let's taste it together. Like we need to make this work. And your colleagues are just, because you're all there for one purpose, to make the best recipes ever. So like, you kind of have to be very critical of each other. Yeah, this, I don't know what you were thinking. Like, this is not working.
What was the worst like experiment that you tried?
Oh my God, this is actually like so shameful. But like, so there was, we used to do the Ottolenghi columns for The Guardian, and sometimes like the themes, they would give us themes like, you have to do like, cooking with kids or whatever it is. And the themes were quite repetitive every year. So after a while, once you've been there a few years, you feel like, oh my God. And this one theme was for a berry column. And obviously, berries, you immediately think of like all these different desserts, but like what berry recipe had we not done at that point?
Yeah, you wanted to find something unique.
Yeah, okay. So then we were like, okay, something savory. And it's quite like, I found it quite difficult to like put berries into something savory, like. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do like a blueberry chicken.
Blueberry chicken?
I was like, I'm gonna try like doing like, cause you know how like French, they cook down berries with like vinegar, so like, and sugar, and they make like a gastrique or whatever. I was like, I'm gonna try that with like roasted chicken, and I'll do it all in like one pan, whatever. It was awful, and the blueberries like stained. I'm
not surprised, Noor.
The chicken, yeah.
I don't know why you're surprised. Blueberry and chicken.
It was awful. It was honestly awful, and it like stained the chicken, and like, so it's like kind of like almost like purple. Oh my god! It was. No, that didn't just go into the corner of shame. That like went in the bin. It went
in the hall of shame. That's
it was, and it's like something I just can't. It's still like, yeah, it's something I still think about to this day.
I think you should never forget when you did blueberry chicken.
It was the lowest moment of my career.
I'm not surprised. All right, last never have I ever dropped food, picked it up, and served it to someone else.
Oh, I would never do that.
Never?
No.
Are you just saying that for the cameras?
No, not in a restaurant setting. But if it's at home,
that's what I'm saying, at home.
My family and my loved ones, I'd be like, I dropped it on the floor. It's fine. It's fine. We cleaned it. It's fine.
Just blowing it for a little bit, and then there you go. It's fine.
And then just rub it and be like, look, it's it's still like, it's food.
There you go. So I mean, so far, what I'm getting from you is you've never burnt rice. You decided to try blueberry chicken, which is just weird, and I'm fascinated by what that looked like. And you do drop food sometimes and do pick it up, but only for your family members, yeah?
Yeah, all right, only brilliant. People I love.
Only the people that you love get that special treatment. All right, okay. Now, Noor, let's move on to the more serious questions. I was listening to a podcast where you were talking about that you have a love for writing, and that at times that love for writing sometimes supersedes even your love for food. food, which is insane because I love food. I don't know why you'd love anything more than food, but all right. But you know, as I was reading your recipe book, Lugma, what I found straight away from reading it is it felt like a bit of a story. It didn't just feel like it was the opening to a recipe book. It felt more than that. So what story are you trying to tell with Lugma?
Well, you know, I felt like when I started on Lugma, I really wanted to provide like more than a recipe book because of my love for writing. And also, I'm talking about a part of the world that is like massively misunderstood, but more specifically like Bahrain, which is like the small island in the Persian Gulf. Not enough people really know like that food. So in order to like harvest connection and for people to kind of open up a book and read about food that they've never heard about before and still feel like, oh, I can tackle this recipe and I can make it. For me, that's where the power of the written word comes in, because I think if you're more likely to feel like you're connected to the author and you're learning about their stories, then it opens up this whole world. And that's really what I wanted to do. And I also wanted to create like a positive narrative in a world where the Western media creates quite a negative one on this part of the world.
Yeah, I mean, was there a moment, because, you know, obviously there's so many recipes in here, that you have to look back perhaps on the past. Was there one particular recipe, or did you have a moment of nostalgia or a memory that you rediscovered when you were thinking of the recipes that you wanted to include in this book?
Yeah, honestly, so many of the recipes are like born out of nostalgia because so many of those recipes are from my childhood. So it was really about like kind of thinking about all the things that I grew up eating at my grandparents' table, or like street food with my dad, things that my mom made, and that's really how the stories were born. So for example, there's a recipe there for Bahraini dal. It's not a groundbreaking recipe, but it's kind of like one of the first things I learned how to make by this lovely lady, Ahmed. And yeah, I included this recipe in the book, and it brought back so many memories of me like going to her house and learning so many of our traditional foods when I was like 15, 16 years old. And that's kind of really what brought about most of the recipes in this book, is really kind of like looking back and bringing them forward, I guess.
Was there a particular recipe that got you a little emotional?
Particular recipe that got me emotional. I think, yeah. So I wrote this whole story about, it's called The Disappearing Island. And it's about this sandbank off the coast of Bahrain, in the middle of the Persian Gulf, called Raghe. So like, yeah, on high tide you don't see it, and low tide it just kind of appears, and it is just like this like strip of sand in the middle of the sea, which is like magical in and of itself. When we were little, and I come from like a line of a family that love the sea and love the water, and my dad is like a fisherman at heart, and he'd always take us out on his little like fishing boat and like anchor it when we were little. We used to play there in the sand, and I wrote a lot about like the seafood in Bahrain and how like it's an island and seafood is so important for us, but it also made me quite emotional because it felt like with like land reclamation and all of these kinds of things, modernization, and natural waters have been destroyed, and it really made me quite emotional for like what was and what is, I guess, and just kind of thinking back to like this beautiful time.
The other thing that I noticed when going through the book, and to be fair, I think anyone will notice if they go through your Instagram or anything that you've made, what is the obsession with black limes? Like I love dessert, I love donuts. All my friends know me that I love donuts, but I feel like with you, your donut is black limes.
Yeah, it is. It really is. You know, I think so. When I moved to the UK, I moved here like 8.5 years ago, and obviously I did notice that Middle Eastern food is very popular here. But you know, I felt like Middle Eastern food was kind of, it wasn't as diverse over here, and that people are very obsessed with shawarma and falafel and shakshuka and hummus, which fair enough, amazing. This is like the most amazing food ever. But I felt like my food wasn't represented, like my part of the Middle East. And black limes are like the backbone of cooking in the Persian Gulf, in Iran, in Iraq. And they're just so unique, like such a small but mighty ingredient. You can just throw it into stews, into rice dishes, grind it up and make it like a marinade. There's so many things you can do with it. I even put it in like a flan recipe with like, because it's like the bitterness cuts through the caramel and it's like creamy flan. It's just so lovely. And yeah, when I started working at the Aslangi Test Kitchen, there, you know, people use the Persian limes, like the lighter colored ones, which really are interchangeable with the black limes as well. But the black limes are just very dramatic looking, and like chefs love a bit of drama. So yeah, I was just like, I'm gonna pioneer these black limes, and people are always so intrigued by it. You know, it's almost like, I imagine maybe in the UK when preserved lemons weren't a thing or za'atar wasn't a thing, and then everyone's like obsessed with it. So in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna be the ambassador of black limes.
You're the queen of black limes.
Yeah. Put insert crown.
Insert the crown in the edit right now.
Yeah.
With a black lime right in the middle. Rather than a jewel, a black lime right in the middle. Yeah, no, 100%. So, you know, I know you mentioned hummus and shakshuka there. So, in 2025, are we cancelling hummus and shakshuka? What's happening with hummus and shakshuka?
No, we're never cancelling it. No, these are like the OGs.
Okay.
Like, they always, you know, we honor them. But you know, they have enough representation. They have great PR companies. But you know, for me, I want to kind of big up the foods that are lesser known, and create space for them.
Well, I feel like you've done loads of good PR for black limes.
Thank you.
Like, I had no idea what black limes were before I
feel I need commission on like every black lime sale.
100%. I think you should just set up your own black lime organization, like company that just like forests harvests black limes and sells them.
Yeah.
And you just call them Noor's Black Limes.
I will.
See, there you go. And I'll take commission of that because I just gave you the idea.
Oh my god.
It just sort of makes sense, right? I'll take commission in food, so it's all right. Yeah, you don't need to give me money. Noor, you've you know lived all over the world. You know, you lived in Bahrain, you lived in New York, lived in London now, and you've called all of these places home. But I'm really interested because when you live in all these different places, you know, did you ever, I guess, struggle with your own identity or building your own identity, building who Noor Murad was? Because you were in so many different places and they're so polar opposite to each other.
Yeah, I think I definitely did. I think like, especially like growing up in Bahrain, I feel like I always say like Bahrain is like a little bubble because it's a small island, small community. Everyone knows everyone. You know, it's still one of those places where you go like, what's your last name? Like, do I know your grandfather? Like, nobody would say that to me here. And
go to Haslington where I'm from. Everyone will say that.
They
everyone knows everyone. Everyone knows everyone's business. It's just a thing.
Oh my god! Actually, that's how I passed my driving test. But I shouldn't say that anymore.
Wait, what?
No, so basically.
No, I need to know about this.
No, so I should have never been let out on the roads. But like in Bahrain, I kept stalling the car. This is like my second attempt.
Yeah.
And then the lady was like, just like, this girl does not know what she's doing. And then we parked the car, and then she saw my name, and she said, "Oh, Murad, are you like Jos Murad's granddaughter?" And I was like, I looked at her name, and I'm like, yeah, your name sounds so familiar, actually. I think he spoke about your grandfather. And then she's like, look, you need more lessons, but I'll pass you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how it works in Bahrain.
That's how I got
I need to go to
license.
Bahrain then. I mean, I've got my license already, but I feel like I can get other stuff. It's just how it works. You're like, yeah, no, it's all right, don't worry. You want to be a pilot? Look, you can't fly a plane. You know, I know your granddad. You know, we know each other. It's okay. We'll give you the license.
Like, you see the driving there, and it'll all make sense to you.
Oh, okay, fair enough. That makes sense. That does make sense. And, you know, is there a particular dish then that you really relate with, or a dish that you says is quite homely? Like, what dish would? If I say the word home to you, what is the first dish that comes to you? Is it a Bahrainian dish? Is it a dish that you found in New York? Or is it a dish that you found in London? I don't know what dish you'd find in London, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know either. If you told me a homey dish, then yeah, I would probably think of like a Bahraini dish. So the one that I always go to is this Bahraini rice called faga'ta. So Raghe in Arabic refers to the bottom of something. So like fishermen always say, like, it's quite, because the language, because there were so many fishermen in Bahrain, a lot of the language is like based on what they would say. So they say like qa'at al-bahar, so bottom of the sea. But in this instance is bottom of the pot. So that's where all the good stuff happens. And it's like you have chicken thighs, loads of onions, parboiled split peas, like tomato, potato, like loads of spices and ghee, kind of like sitting at the bottom of this pot, and then you put the parboiled rice on top, and then you top it with like this saffron rose water, like just a little bit of drizzle, and like some more ghee or butter on top. Put the lid on, you let it steam, you let it cook, and your whole kitchen smells amazing. And then obviously you flip it out when it's done, and it just kind of like collapses onto one of those big platters, and you get like a bit of rice and like really tender chicken that's like been steaming really nicely, all the spices, and like it's so inviting, but it's so rustic, and it's, you know, it's a uniquely Bahraini dish. You know, like we have a lot of rice dishes in the Gulf, but like this one is like a Bahraini one. And yeah, for me that is like so homey, and even if you don't know Bahraini food, you'll be like, oh, this is so comforting.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I feel like all good food is just, you know, just stick a lot of butter or ghee in and it'll just make it nice. Like butter and ghee just seems to be the key, isn't it?
You can't really go wrong with that.
Either butter, ghee or sugar, like in anything. One of those three things, or two of them is amazing. Right? It just makes the dish 10 times out of 10. 10 out of 10, sorry. Now, you also talked about food in your book being, you know, a way to fight battles. These are the battles that you can fight, I guess. So is there one battle that you're still fighting through your cooking?
Yeah, I mean, I think the battle with my cooking sometimes is like, I think that like many chefs and recipe developers struggle with this, is like, you kind of almost get like food fatigue because you're constantly testing, tasting, and like, sometimes you're just like, I just don't want to cook, or like, I oftentimes, like, I went through a whole period where I just fell out of love with food. Like, I just was like, I don't even know who I am anymore. Like, no food excites me. And yeah, I definitely go through like stages with it. And sometimes I think it's like, just like when there's like an overwhelm in life. And it's just something that is like your biggest passion, which is also your job and what pays the bills. So sometimes you can struggle with like loving it so much, but also wanting to escape it at the same time. And yeah, that's sometimes where I struggle with food and cooking.
Brilliant. And obviously recently I've got to ask you, you completed the London Marathon. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I need to know, what was the first thing that you ate after finishing the London Marathon? Because surely during the London Marathon you're probably training, maybe had to restrict yourself on some of the food.
Yeah, do you know what? I thought I was gonna nail the nutrition with running, because I was like, I'm a chef, I know what I'm doing, whatever. But like, I actually really struggled with the amount of carbs necessary to like actually. Yeah, like it.
But carb, like, just eat rice. Just eat.
Yeah, but like
all the rice you want.
I also I love the way I eat. You know, like I love my veggies and like loads of olive oil poured on everything. Like I eat with my heart rather than with my head. But if you're training for something like a marathon, you have to eat with your head, and like heart can just like put it on the side. And I think I really struggled with that. But I did know in the lead up to the race, I was like, okay, yani khalas, I'm gonna have lots of carbs. It's gonna be like 80% carb. And you know, I cut out anything like fatty or fibrous, anything that would mess with my tummy. Yeah. Like when you're running, you do not want to go there. But when I was running, I was like, I want something greasy, and like I just want something. And I had a double cheeseburger when I was done. And fries, and some onion rings. And it was amazing.
No dessert? I would have gone all out with dessert as well. No dessert?
Yeah, I did. I had some ice cream after that.
Just some ice cream. I would have gone for a big boy dessert, like something really unhealthy.
What would you have had?
I would have gone, because you know how some people are like, oh, do you like waffle, crepes, or pancakes? All three.
Oh, would you have had them all together?
You know, like as in 3 different plates. Okay. 3 different toppings, and you have them all. Because why would I just pick one? You know, if I run 5 kilometers, 5 kilometers, I'm treating myself to like dessert. So if I ran a marathon, the London Marathon, one, I wouldn't stop talking about it for like the rest of my life. And then for that whole week, I am eating desserts. I'm eating 3 desserts for every single breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
You know what? I think you should run a marathon just for that.
I think I should as well. And then do the post, like, I should film like the pre, like doing the training, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, and then the post gorge afterwards. Yeah. That'd be amazing.
I think, that's it. Put your name in the ballot. It's open, 2026. Here you come.
Well, a lot of people wait years to get their name pulled out.
That's
I feel
true.
like if I did it, I'm sort of taking it away from those people who were doing it for decades, you know?
Yeah, but you put it out.
That's also a slight excuse. That's what I'm trying to excuse myself how I'm doing it, I'll be honest.
You're like, how can I eat those desserts
without actually doing the round? Like, I tried. Like, I put my name in the ballot, but I didn't get it. Oh no, Carl, what am I going to do? That's basically it. Right, before we finish off, I want to ask you some quick fire questions before we go, all right? So these are quick fire. You can't think about them. First thing in your head, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Number one, what's the most underrated Bahraini ingredient you wish more people knew about?
Black lime.
Of course. You're running out the door. What's your go-to breakfast from Lugma?
Running out the door? Fried eggs with mahiawa.
Dates, plain, stuffed, or dipped in chocolate?
Plain.
Plain, okay. Best midnight snack?
Mint chocolate. Anything minted.
Mint chocolate?
Mint chocolate. Like,
okay.
Yeah, like it.
You like mint? That's
I
decent.
like minty chocolate. I know, it's divisive.
I mean, it was not my go-to. I mean, it's chocolate. I'm going to eat it. It's unhealthy. I'm going to eat it.
Yeah.
But mint chocolate first. Not bad, not bad. You're allowed only one spice for the rest of your life. Which one are you choosing?
Cumin.
Would you rather overcook the rice or under-season the meat?
Under-season the meat.
Under-season the meat?
Yeah, then I add the salt after that.
Oh, okay. That's a bit of a cop-out, but all right, I'll let you have that. Would you rather eat hummus every day or never eat hummus again?
Oh my gosh.
And like, as in a big bowl of hummus, not like a little bit.
bowl.
Like a big bowl every single day or never, ever eat it again.
It would have to be never because I'm sorry.
Nah, you're getting cancelled.
My ancestors, I can't digest hummus very well. It messes me up.
Oh, see, you're getting cop-outs out of these answers.
It's so bad.
Okay.
It's so bad. I blame my English students.
Yeah, I think it is.
Let's just blame
You
them.
can't have hummus.
I can only have it in small quantities. So if you told me like a big
bowl
every day,
day,
like
you wouldn't
that
be able to do
would
it.
destroy me. There would be no marathons.
You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clip out the second half. I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm just gonna have you would not eat hummus again because I feel like that would definitely get you cancelled. All right. Amazing. Thank you very much, Noor. That was an absolute pleasure. That was brilliant. Thank you so much.
Amazing.
That was great.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank
Smashed
you.
it. Thank you very much, Noor.
Thank you.
That was jokes. All right, now it's time. And I did a post on Instagram where I was like, I'm interviewing Noor Murad tomorrow, and then I did in brackets, but if there's no pistachio cake like TRT got, I'm throwing hands. And I wasn't expecting Noor to see it. I thought she's not going to see it.
I laughed. I was like, I can't wait to meet this guy. It sounds really funny. It's still a bit warm because I baked it this morning.
Oh, warm cake is the best.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
And it's got like loads of dates, cardamom, like really those Arabic-y flavors. And then the topping is fennel and sesame and nigella seeds, which is very typical in like the Gulf countries. Well, even like we make like this date bread and they put that topping in like Saudi and Bahrain. So I wanted to like translate it into a loaf because people love.
I've never had a
loaf.
cake like this. What? Yeah, it's so fascinating. Like what?